Going to move across to Netflix for our next offering, which is a feature-length action thriller called Apex. And here's a clip.
What's special, Sasha?
I already know about you. Danger makes you feel alive.
Perfection's the only option. But this is completely different. You think you can handle it? Run for your life.
I mean, this really is action-packed. When we call it an action thriller, it is absolutely action-packed, and it's chilling from the off, I would say. So it's got Oscar winner Charlize Theron, and she is hunted down by this terrifying serial killer. Now, when you meet the serial killer initially at the garage, he just seems a bit sort of extreme and a bit sort of a character that's sort of a bit odd, you know, that you might, oh, thank you very much, and kind of walk away. And of course, he finds her. Now she's lost her husband. She's grieving. Let's set the scene here. She's grieving the loss of her husband. She's finding it really, really hard, and she wants to be on her own. She wants some solitude, and she's kind of takes herself off into this wilderness in a camper van, and she shouldn't be doing that anyway. What she's doing in itself is dangerous, but she wants to, I suppose, self-impose some kind of structure to her life where she thinks she can get some headspace to deal with the death of her husband. And of course, she is completely disturbed, this solitude, because of this gas station worker who we met previously, Ben, and he's just so scary. I can't explain to you. He's just his eyes, the acting, I think, is phenomenal in this part, because he's just laughing at everything he does. He's unhinged. That's the best word. He's totally unhinged, and you are bought into that immediately, and you kind of don't want to believe he's as nasty as he actually is. And he turns out to be a very ruthless serial killer. Now he meets her, and he says, he offers her a deal, and he says, your chance to survive is to get a head start before I hunt you down with a crossbow. And that's exactly what he does. And of course, the action ensues from there on. And Taron Egerton plays the part of Ben. I mean, he is really scary and looks scary, and he plays the part so incredibly well. And I think when he was interviewed, he said it feels really unnerving, like when we first saw Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter. And that's so true, that sort of those eyes staring into your soul moment. That's kind of how it feels. I mean, it feels, it's incredibly sort of unlikely, the whole story, but, you know, let's ignore that for the moment and just kind of look at what they're actually doing. Charlize Theron does a lot of her own bits and pieces instead of somebody else doing it for her. So she, you know, you see her in going down the cliffs in a canoe. She's doing a lot of her own stunts, which is really commendable, I think. So it is action packed. It's not one that you can crack on with washing up. You need to sit there and watch it, and it is pretty chilling in places. What do you think, Ian?
Yeah, interesting one, this. So it's got an opening a bit like the Sylvester Stallone film Cliffhanger, which is really, yeah, if you kind of suffer from vertigo like me, it's a mountain climbing sequence with Charlize Theron and Eric Bana that ends in the most terrifying way. So that's like a terrific start. Oh, this looks good, you know. And then it kind of goes almost into Deliverance territory. So she's, as you say, she's off in her camper van to explore the wilderness, and then she's meeting these kind of quite scary local blokes. They're hunters who are really sexist and quite aggressive, and they follow her. And the one person who seems quite helpful is this guy Ben. Yeah. So, but I've got to say, it then goes. Remember that Tory politician who described the scheme to fly immigrants to Rwanda as batshit crazy? That's what this is. It goes completely and utterly loopy. It's just mad. I mean, I burst out laughing at one point, which is supposed to be, the most terrifying point in the story. I just couldn't stop laughing. I won't spoil it by saying what happens, but Charlize Theron is great in this role, and it's impressive. They put her through it. My God. But I do find it a bit tiresome to have a whole film where just a woman is being terrorised by a man and hunted. It's a bit grim, really. But yeah, Taron is having the time of his life playing this guy Ben, who is an absolute done the full Fruit Loop. I mean, suspends your disbelief, and it's quite a wild ride. But yeah, I mean, it's absolutely bonkers.